What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. We're here at the lab, Get Right Golf, the home of Ryan Holley, the master of ground forces. And we're here today. I want to show you guys my 3-month transformation of when I first saw Ryan to today, because it's made a massive impact on my game. Bigger impact than almost anything I've done since I've been on this journey. And so today I want to take you through what we've done, how we've made this progression, and why I think if you guys are going to invest if you're going to point yourself in any direction on how to improve this offseason going into the season, I think this is one of the first places you should look. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Mr. Ryan in here. We're going to start hitting some 7-irons, and we're going to put one up on the board for you so you can see a difference of where I was and where I'm at now. Oh, hitting it well today, though. Ryan has picked the best swing of my original swings before he intervened and did anything. And now we're going to compare that with the swing you just saw that I just showed you that we recorded here. He's got GC quad and dual force swing plates for swing catalyst, like the ultimate setup here, guys. Unreal. So anyway, he's going to take us through here the exact differences and the gains I've made in the past 3 months as a result of his input and guidance on ground forces.
All right, so just before we roll here, the video I picked was this one from your original because it is the furthest that you hit it at a speed that we felt was kind of average or on the high end for you. So it was actually your highest speed, it was your longest carry. Even though it might not have been the most efficient strike, it was your longest shot. Okay, so I just want to make sure we understand we're choosing the best one. So when we look at that, we're going to see a lot of horizontal force in the backswing. We're going to see quite a bit of torque force, and we're going to see a decent amount of verticals. So definitely reliant on lots of horizontals and lots of torque. Now, what happens, that torque was really getting created because we had some, I would say, less than ideal pressure shifts. So up here, we're going to see that when you start to transition into your downswing, the center of pressure, the combined center of pressure, heads almost dead left and back towards your left heel. In fact, at mid downswing, the center of pressure of your left foot is actually outside the foot, and the combined is almost directly on the heel. Now, again, if you've ever kind of done anything athletically, like defend somebody on a basketball court or on a football field or whatever, you want to do that from the balls of your feet. There's actually not many sports that we play from our heels, right? I always joke that if you're defending somebody on a basketball court and you do it on your heels, it's a great way to end up on a mixtape. So here we're going to see a lot of just heel dominant motion. We even see this kind of left foot come up, the toes come up, and it's just limiting the ability to create a high level of braking force and a high level of verticals. So when we look at this now, this is from today, we're going to see that force or that pressure goes a lot straighter across the line. It's much more into the toes or the ball of the left foot, and it doesn't start to go down towards the midfoot or the heel until kind of around impact. Now, because he's acting on the ball of his foot a whole lot more, he's going to go from, this low level of braking force to 339 newtons, which is just a measure of energy. It's almost 3 times what he had. The torque force stays nice and high, and the verticals go up to 231. So from a side-to-side comparison, we're going to see this. So yeah, it goes from 123 newtons of force braking to 339, so almost 3 times. We're going to see torque force go down a little bit from 129 pounds of force. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, that went up to 143 pounds. Scale must have been weird here. So you actually gained torque force. And then in your in your verticals, you go from 166% of body weight and effectively 246 pounds to 231% of your body weight and effectively 411 pounds. I know you've been doing some work in the gym, trying to bulk up a little bit, and not only has the percentage risen, but the total output is a lot higher because of that mass that you're. Not only have you gained mass, you've actually gained a higher level of athleticism to be able to push that mass, which is very, very, very important. So yeah, I think all in all, the swing has gotten a lot faster. Obviously, we've gained 10 miles per hour from 95 to 105, and we see ball speed jump from 125 to 140. Did not lose any accuracy at all. This one was 9.8 feet off target line at 174, and this one was 2.4 feet offline at 197. So 25 yards and slightly more accurately.
Guys, isn't that wild? Okay, you've seen me try a lot of things on this channel. I've swapped clubs, bulked up. I've done a lot of different things, right? And we're all trying to find different things that will provide benefit. But like 10 miles of club speed, how many miles per hour of ball speed did we gain?
15.
15 miles per hour ball speed gain. Like, there is no piece of gear that is going to be able to give you those kind of results as consistently, right? Like, the thing I found with adding gear, and Ryan actually has a background in club fitting and club customization. So he's well versed on how that world kind of operates. And you guys have seen me try and make changes in that department to alter my game, but the changes that have created the most value and lasting impact have been the stuff that I've implemented now with Ryan and that Max and I are taking into our sessions, because the ability to properly push through and use my body correctly, now I'm using the club correctly, arguably. Like now we're at a point where I should probably look at, upgrading shafts or upgrading some of those things, because again, if I had gotten fit, like we were saying, if I had gotten fit for the swing that I came to you with, I would have gotten one set of shafts and probably one certain club head, and even been fit maybe for a different ball.
For sure.
Right? Versus now, 105 club head speed is a different 7-iron. It's a different shaft. It's going to be a whole different ball game.
It's a different lie angle depending on how that shaft kicks into impact. There's a lot to it.
Right. I would have poorly optimized myself with gear had I gotten fit at that moment. And I think a lot of us are kind of wondering, at what point do we go and spend that money? And custom fitting is expensive. Golf equipment just gets more expensive. With inflation and everything right now, it's nuts, right? And I'm always trying to find ways to get better and create more value for my golf game that I can take into competition, into my casual rounds. Obviously I'm trying to become more of an elite golfer, but I think for any golfer looking to improve, I think the first stop is right here and assessing ground forces, with someone like yourself. And if you guys are in the Lower Mainland, or if you're in Canada, like, fly out to see my boy. Like, I cannot recommend this enough. And I tell him this all the time. Like, the changes we've been able to make, as you guys have seen, like, what I love about golf is objective data, right? And to be able to actually see these metrics and see the improvement we've been able to make with just, putting in the practice, right? Like, this is just, and again, we're only 3 months into this, what's this going to look like in 6 months to a year of implementing these ground pressure things you have me doing. Right?
And I think more to the point too is that, you've done all of this application away from this studio.
Yeah.
We don't hit balls every day or every few days or twice a week on technology. I think you've been in here 3 times before. 3?
No, this is the third time.
Third time. So all of this stuff is just more about like the diagnostics, right? So that we know, hey, this is the problem that we're trying to fix. This is how we're going to fix it. It's not that you need the technology for training.
Right.
You just need to understand the problem. And that's, I think, the advantage that technology gives you.
Right. And that's what's interesting. Like, how Ryan positions himself is like someone who performs x-rays, right? He comes in and he can x-ray your swing with all this data, right? We've got, like I said, we've got the quad, we've got the swing plates right here. We've got everything we need to take the right x-ray, and then we can then implement some doctor's orders that he gave to Max and I to bring back to our sessions. And so Max and I kind of workshop that. You guys see me workshopping those things at the range and with my force pedals and all that. And so it's cool to see the fruition of that work translate now 3 months later to this much gain. I don't think there's any club on the market that will give you this much gain.
Not 15 miles per hour ball speed. Nope.
No.
Nope.
So anyway, guys, just want to share something that has provided an insane amount of value for me. Hope you guys got a lot out of this video. Again, I will link all of Ryan's info below. This is one of the greatest things I've done in this golf journey, guys. Cannot recommend it enough. Hit Ryan up. He's a complete wealth of knowledge. So link to his stuff all below. Thank you guys again for watching. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you on the next one.